Segment 1 in the news is the most recent Democracy Now! Segment on Libya, August 1st.
Defend the Constitution, and many constitutional scholars believe that the 14th Amendment gives the President the authority and responsibility to pay our debts regardless of the dysfunctionality of the U.S. Congress.
In international news, relief efforts continue in the Horn of Africa amidst a famine threatening millions of people. UNICEF Emergency Programs Deputy Director Dermot Carty said immediate interventions needed to avoid an escalation in deaths.
We have been warning for many years that the situation is especially fragile there. Take the weather conditions, multiply that by the ongoing conflict, add in the problems associated with rising food prices because of food shortages, you have a very bad situation. I think we need to continually focus on what the issue is, and the issue is that children are dying and will continue to die unless we make sufficient interventions in the immediately short term through the delivery of humanitarian assistance.
The Gaddafi regime has condemned NATO for a deadly bombing on the headquarters of Libyan state television in Tripoli. Khaled Bazelia, the head of Libya's English network, said the attack killed 3 people.
3 of our colleagues were murdered and 15 injured while performing their professional duties as Libyan journalists. NATO admitted the crime, citing silencing Gaddafi propaganda machine as a justification for such murderous acts. We are the employees of the official Libya TV. We are not a military target.
At least 142 people have been killed over the weekend in Syria as government forces continue a crackdown on protesters. Most of the violence has come in the flashpoint city of Hama, where at least 100 people were killed Sunday alone. Syrian troops have also moved into the gas and oil hub of Deir ez-Zor, killing at least 25 people and wounding 75 others. Witnesses report the government's used tanks, artillery, and anti-aircraft weapons against Syrian protesters. A pair of U.S. hikers jailed for 2 years in Iran could finally be seeing a verdict in the case. The attorney for Shane Bauer and Josh Fatal said he expects a decision will be handed down in the next week.
Keeping in mind that they have been detained for 2 years. Now I wish the trial would come to an end. And if they will sentence them, their sentence will not exceed the 2 years they have already served. I am very hopeful because there is no reason for the continuation of their detention.
News Corp executive James Murdoch is expected to again be called before the British Parliament to answer questions over whether he lied to lawmakers during his first appearance last month. A former editor at News of the World and News Corp's top legal officer have challenged Murdoch's testimony about how much he knew about the use of phone hacking by journalists working at newspapers owned by his father, Rupert Murdoch. The News of the World, meanwhile, is now being accused of hacking into the phone of the mother of another young girl abducted and murdered. This in July of 2000. British authorities say the paper's former editor, Rebecca Brooks, provided Sarah Payne with a phone as she campaigned for a sex offender law named after her slain daughter, also Sarah. Payne had vocally supported the News of the World when a phone hacking disclosure in another case forced the paper's closure last month. And thousands of people rallied in Washington, D.C. Saturday in support of public education and teachers' unions. The Save Our Schools rally was organized to criticize the Obama administration's education reform policies, which has emphasized initiatives including No Child Left Behind and Race to the Top. Among the speakers to address the crowd was actor Matt Damon.
As I get older, I appreciate more and more the teachers that I had growing up. And I'm not alone. There are millions of people just like me. So the next time you're feeling down or exhausted or unappreciated or at the end of your rope, the next time you turn on the TV and see yourself being called overpaid, the next time you encounter some simple-minded punitive policy that's been driven into your life by some corporate reformer who has literally never taught anyone anything. Please